By adopting a whole-school approach to sustainable energy in the campus, curriculum and community, schools can reduce their energy bills, educate and inspire their pupils, and help the environment. Located in a deprived area of Nottingham, Top Valley School has worked hard over the years to become more sustainable. Leading this work at the school is Caroline Hendy, their environmental coordinator.
The school started to look at the environment locally back in 1994, and I was asked to be the environment coordinator originally simply to improve the school grounds. I started with a small group of students. That work developed into an eco group, and at one point I had 140 young people doing various projects throughout the whole school on a timetable.
Hi, we're part of the eco team from Top Valley School.
People around school have lots of different ideas which we take into account to manage different projects to help save the environment. We do this by doing energy audits around school to see how much energy the school is using in the years.
One of the other projects that we do is litter picking. We go around school picking up litter that people have dropped and put it in the bins. Once we've collected the litter, we sort them out into different piles. For example, plastic and cardboard. Then we put them in the recycling bins.
And finally, when we come back into school, we put all the details from the energy audit into the computer, and then we make them into a graph and send them off to the head teacher, who then looks at them and tries to make our energy bills lower.
Top Valley School run a range of sustainable projects tackling energy, waste and water. During the winter they focus on energy efficiency.
For energy efficiency, our eco group students go around school at breaks and lunchtime once or twice a week, and those results are then entered into a spreadsheet, and the students can then see from the graphs that they create if there's a pattern. They're looking for a pattern of any one room in particular that's actually leaving lights on, and where they find they've got a pattern, then they'll email that off to the budget manager, and if it's appropriate then that deputy head would actually speak to a member of staff about why there's a problem leaving lights on in their room.
Sean Kelly, Deputy Head Teacher, outlines why the school has invested in sustainability.
We began a campaign of that about 2 years ago and reduced our electricity bill by about 5%, which year on year is quite significant. Being more sustainable and having a focus around energy savings as a school hasn't been difficult. It's at the heart of our enriched curriculum, and I think as a school community we take that notion of our wider responsibility much more seriously.
So what has the school done? They have introduced a whole range of projects such as a teacher awareness campaign on lighting. Through their litter picking and recycling work, they have lowered their waste disposal costs, and they are now planning to install a wind turbine as well as a roof garden.
When you have environment and sustainability through everyone's agenda, from the senior leadership team, from the governing body, through all of the different groups and faculties within a school, when that theme runs through all of them, you are truly creating an environment where everyone's very small contribution has a big impact.
Sustainability can be incorporated into many subjects such as geography and science. Alan Steer, Head of Humanities at Top Valley School, outlines how they have included sustainability in their lessons.
We break the lessons up and they're given the opportunity to look at Japanese poetry. We've had a rap-off where the teachers had to dress up and we had the kids performing raps to the rest of the group. We built a wind turbine, so we did a D&T project where instead of just teaching about wind turbines out of a book, this is a wind turbine, it is an example of renewable energy. The students have had to learn about how wind turbines work, so there's a little bit of science there. And then we brought a kit into the school where pupils were then given various tasks and they had to produce a working wind turbine.
We were in groups of about 7 or 8, and we were given certain materials like cardboard, metal wiring, and basic everyday things, and we had to design a wind turbine and decorate it. And then once we'd completed it, we had to test them outside, or because it was raining outside, we had to use fans, and whoever could generate the most energy won.
The local community have also been heavily involved in the school's eco projects.
The community involvement has come through recycling and through doing planting projects and adopting our local woodlands to protect our wildflowers. And we have the wildlife corridor, which we planted from Hucknall Road Walkway up to Churchfield Plantations to actually join 2 local woodlands together through the grounds of 3 schools and right through the housing estate. So where we couldn't plant along the roadside, we leafleted the houses and said, would you like a tree in your garden? And we offered them fruit trees. So the wildlife corridor goes from through the school grounds, along the roadside, and then into through people's gardens, all the way up to the plantation. My advice for a teacher who's interested in starting sustainability in their school would be to go to the senior management to get their support and backing, and also of the governors, to actually set up an eco project and to start with a small group of students with one project, and energy is an ideal project to start with because you've got very clear results from that. Start doing the energy audit and review the whole school, what's happening not only with lights but the heating, the water. Look at the results of that and then come up with an action plan, and then take the action plan back to senior management to have the students' ideas implemented. That small group, once they are skilled in doing energy audits, can then become supervisors, and they start training up the next team.
As you've seen, the students of Top Valley School have been involved in a whole range of practical environmental projects, both at school and in the home. The worksheets and lesson plans used by their teachers are available at enviroaction.co.uk. A step-by-step guide to sustainable energy is available for you to download. If you improve the way you manage your energy, you could cut your fuel bills by 20%. That would be a saving of £20 million nationwide and 300,000 tonnes of CO2 emissions a year. And that's not a one-off saving. It can be maintained year after year.